care and troubleshooting of the clock. There may be times where people have difficulty registering in the clock or punching, and it may be for any number of reasons. One could be that the surfaces are dirty. Another could be that there's an actual issue with the clock. So the first thing we can do is check to make sure that the clock is within the calibration expectations. We'll do that by going to the program menu by pressing enter and clear, placing our supervisor ID, validating with our hand, and then pressing 1 as the password. The system is going to ask if we want to calibrate the clock. We will say yes, and the system is going to give us a score. 3 numbers, an R number, a C number, and an E number. The range of success for R is +1 to -1. The range of success for C is +1 to -1. And the range of success for E is 80 to 120. So in this scenario, 1 is between 1 and -1, which is acceptable. 0 is between 1 and -1, which is acceptable. And E is 114, which is between 80 and 120, so this clock is currently calibrated to within its specifications. If one of those numbers were out of whack, it's potentially because the camera cannot read correctly due to some dirty areas of the clock. So here's the areas you want to focus on to make sure that you keep clean. The clock is a camera that is taking a 3-dimensional picture of your hand. So it relies on clean surfaces and good reflective areas. Looking at the front of the clock, the camera shoots through this red plastic plate underneath. So using a damp cloth, never a solvent, you can wipe to make sure there's no dust on this and dry it off. Similarly, the platen is a reflective surface. If it gets dirty or dusty, again, use just a slightly damp cloth, wipe through the areas, and dry it off. The very important mirror to the left side of your hand is something that sometimes gets dust on it. Take a little bit of a wet cloth again, wipe the mirror down and dry it, as well as the reflective plate on the far side. Keeping these areas free of dust and dirt should help the clock calculate properly as long as there are no issues with the camera.